6. I think they were expected to do like 120 or 115 before. Now their shit went up. People kind of fucking with it a little bit. Not saying it's as good as Culture 2 or Culture 1, but people kind of fucking with it. I'm just saying. All right. Chat. I gotta play this shit right here. This is comedy.
Evidence is going to show.
So, this motherfucker on your screen, chat, allegedly killed like his girl and like her newborn or something like that. And I guess the big thing, it went viral because he's at his trial and he's representing himself. And while at his opening statement, he's fucking yelling at motherfucking the jury and other people in the court. This is how it kind of looks. Let's look at this. Y'all tell me if this nigga look guilty or not.
That we are under some of the most vicious fabricating, fictitious government you ever seen. By the time it's all said and done, you will see who is the mass murderers in Tampa Bay. Evidence is...
Chat, I got the full video of this shit. You gotta watch this shit. Tell me if it gets boring, but this thing is comedy. Situation ain't comedy, but this thing is comedy. This is him in his opening statements.
The evidence is going to show that we are under some of the most vicious lying.
Why is the voice going lower? Hold up.
Such high burden of proof. Because originally, it wasn't enough. So we had to tamper with evidence. Since it was such evident already, but we still had to tamper with evidence. The evidence is going to show my son did not see me murder his mom. The evidence is going to show he did not see me shoot his mom. The evidence is going to show my son said many things that are not true. The evidence is going to show that I called 911 during Kenyatta Barron's 911 call. But all of a sudden, it ends up after I called Kenyatta, after Kenyatta Barron's call was made. Now I'm calling 911. But originally, I called 911 without even knowing she called 911 during knowing that authority was on the way to kill my own children. I wonder why I would do something like that for no reason. And I'm standing here competent as can be, representing myself today. The evidence is going to show my son did not witness me viciously beat his mom to death. The evidence is going to show my neighbor, Khalil Brown, whom they are trying to keep out of this trial, witnessed me take 3 strikes. The evidence is going to show.
Man, this thing is sounding guilty of what, man?
And this administration wanted to make me look like a menace to society. So they added several mini strikes on that video and audio that you just heard. And they added several statements that I did not say. Anything that I made,
Man, look at this thing, man.
They exacerbated it and made me say it consecutively over and over like Allahu Akbar, which I may have said once or twice. But they wanted to make me seem like a terrorist. And so you hear it 8 or 9 times, and you hear me calling Kenyatta Barron a bitch and a whore. The evidence is going to show that I called my dad after calling 911. But that call is all of a sudden missing from the T-Mobile records that we have acquired from T-Mobile. The 911 call that I made to 911 and the 911 call that you just heard cannot be proven that it was made, because after I called for an investigation of those 911 calls, all of a sudden they become missing from all evidence. Evidence is going to show that they say, I said, come out here, son, and help me kill this bitch.
Yo,
but
this
my
thing is
neighbor, Khalil Brown, nor my neighbor, Mona Brothers Gray, or any of her children, Mia Thompson, or Gracie Diggs, or Mr. Gray heard me say any of those things.
Alright, hold on. There's a moment I was watching this shit. There's a moment in this where like he actually said some smart shit. Like the prosecutor tries to object. It was like, objection, right? Let me turn this down a little bit. The prosecutor tries to object, and he literally looks at, like, he quotes the law verbatim. He was like, yo, he's like, Your Honor, you sustained after he objected, but he didn't tell you on what grounds he objected, it needs to, and he quoted some shit, he needs to say it on record. He looked like he read a book or two or watched a movie. He definitely did it, if you ask me. But he one of them niggas who probably said, I have no fucking chance of beating this. Let me at least go out in a fucking blaze of glory by, like, you know what I mean, mirroring a movie or putting in action what I've read in the book. Anyway, I don't want to have you watch it. It's 29 minutes. You guys can actually watch the whole thing. But there was an update. This was yesterday or the day before. He is his own lawyer. He had to fucking question his son. So apparently he killed his baby mama. And I think his baby mama had a newborn or something like that. So he killed 2 people, I think. But he also tried to kill his son. After he told his son to come help him kill the baby mama. Now, the son survived. This is how crazy it is. His son has to get cross-examined, because his son was going to take the stand, has to get cross-examined by him. And he tried to kill the son. Now, I didn't even watch this yet, but I seen the update. It says, you stabbed me. This is what the boy told the father in the double murder trial. Let me see if I can get this for y'all. Here we go.
Here at 6 with this boy's act of bravery after surviving the unthinkable.
I just saw my dad holding a shotgun and my mom, and mom screaming at him.
That little boy testifying at his father's murder trial. He's the son of Ronnie O'Neill, his father on trial for the murder of the boy's mother and sister, and also for trying to kill Ronnie, allegedly. Now, because he's representing himself, this creates the unusual scenario of the father cross-examining, questioning his own son. The man is accused of trying to kill him, and now he is basically questioning his son's testimony. Fox 13's Aaron Mesmer is live at the courthouse in Hillsborough County. Aaron, even separated by video screen because the boy is in a remote location, this had to take incredible courage by this now 11-year-old boy.
Yeah, Chris, he was incredibly brave. He showed unbelievable composure in that remote location as he gave his testimony this morning, followed and had to describe all of these horrific events that occurred that evening. What you were about to hear is part of little Ronnie's testimony. He's 11 years old now, followed by some of the cross-examination that he experienced with his father, who, as you said, is representing himself. This was the first time that they have seen each other and spoken to each other since the attack on March 2018.
State, you ready to proceed?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I just saw my dad holding a shotgun and my mom, and mom screaming at him.
And your father had a shotgun. What happened next? What did he do?
My mom ran in my sister's room. My mom ran in my sister's room into the closet. And then my dad said, come here and come kill the B-word.
Did you hear any shots from the shotgun before that?
Yes.
How many times?
1.
Was there a time when your mother was able to get out of the closet?
She was stumbling outside, and then I just saw my dad chase her.
What do you remember happening next?
My dad told me to walk around and say some words.
And do you remember what words your father told you to say?
Allah Akbar.
Allahu Akbar?
Yes.
Did he do something to your sister?
Yes, he hit her with an axe. And then he went in the garage after all.
Yo, niggas is sick. You hear this shit?
Any shots from the shotgun before that?
Yes.
How many times?
1.
Was there a time when your mother was able to get out of the closet?
She was stumbling outside, and then I just saw my dad chase her.
What do you remember happening next?
My dad told me to walk around and say some words.
And do you remember what words your father told you to say?
Allah Akbar.
Allahu Akbar?
Yes.
Did he do something to your sister?
Yes, he hit her with an axe. And then he went in the garage, I followed him. He put me on the ground, and then he had his foot on top. I was laying on my stomach, he had his foot on top of me, and he was holding me down. And he was lighting a match.
Mr. O'Neill, any questions?
How you doing, Ronnie?
Good.
It's good to see you, man.
Good to see you too.
Did you see me shoot your mom?
No.
Oh, my bad. I don't know. Yo, this shit is crazy. This shit's sick. I don't even know. Yo, the son's a hero. I don't even know how he was able to maintain composure. The fucking dad said, "Good to see you." Nigga, fuck you, nigga. He's trying to kill. Nigga, fuck you. I don't even know how he answered that like, "Good to see you too." What the hell? Huh? Listen to this shit.
What words your father told you to say?
Allahu Akbar.
Allahu Akbar?
Yes.
Did he do something to your sister?
Yes, he hit her with an axe. And then he went in the garage, I followed him. He put me on the ground, and then he had his foot on top. I was laying on my stomach, he had his foot on top of me, and he was holding me down. And he was lighting a match.
Mr. O'Neill, any questions?
How you doing, Ronnie?
Good.
It's good to see you, man.
Good to see you too.
Did you see me shoot your mom?
No.
Did I hurt you that night of this incident?
Man, I would be capping like a motherfucker. Even if I was around the corner, I seen you shoot him. Nigga, you a killer. You gotta go to jail.
How you doing, Ronnie?
Good.
It's good to see you, man.
Good to see you too.
Did you see me shoot your mom?
No.
Did I hurt you that night of this incident?
Yes.
I did. And how did I hurt you?
You stabbed me.
And investigators have said that Ronnie O'Neill tried to set his son and their house on fire before this night of violence ended, according to investigators. Again, that was the first time that father and son have seen each other since that violent night back in March 2018. The boy's father, what you kind of heard there was him trying to call into question his son's recollection of the events of that night, and he says that there's some kind of inconsistencies in between what the boy says now and what he had said to detectives and attorneys in the years that followed that night. But there's one thing, though, that the prosecutors have really tried to hammer home here, what they tried to make sure the jury understood is that, in their opinion, there's only one person who could have carried out the crimes that were committed that night, and that person is the defendant, Ronnie.
That nigga's sick, man. Fucking sick. I can't imagine being that traumatized. That is beyond PTSD. That's just something that you watched your father go on some crazy lunatic rage where he murders your mom, your sister, and then he essentially tries to murder you. Prayers to that kid and prayers for that whole family. Like, generationally, they're going to be fucked up over this. And, like, I don't even know how to process that. So you know what? Give me 1 second. Prayers, honestly, prayers to everybody who's in the family, honestly. Really. The father's a nutcase. He's kind of off. I'm surprised that the judge or somebody else didn't say, hey, listen, this guy might be just insane, and not saying he should get an insanity plea, but before someone could properly defend themselves and waive off an attorney or even a fucking public defender, you got to show that you're capable and mentally fit to defend yourself. He must have somehow did that, which maybe he's just an evil nigga, but like he's not that crazy. I don't know. All right.